Hola, ¿cómo está? Lowering the volume of the. Let me do that in a. I have it lowered a little bit, so it should be okay now. Lower. Okay. So we're just gonna be doing some more stenography. I'm really bad at these ones. These word drills. They get me every time. I'm covering the CG. So they have of she those or not into. No, just out over an hour, so it's then other. There is about think only was the time, and if me this year's where how them what also some did been and yeah after had that first no well really said by could most more him be it her at then as for now on because right as up a from do my all does but good were much to when are these get like even who the people would with will can there his which any we hear not good. Let's go into these. Oh, Harry Potter. All right, entertain. Okay, unbelievable. Entertain. An educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Mistakes are always forgivable if one has the. No, it was like courage or something. I don't write courage again. Admit them. Forgivable if one has the courage to admit them. We're all old enough to know better than to toy with the hearts of children. There are 10 kinds of people in this world. Those who understand binary and those who don't. You can get more of what you want with a kind word and a gun than you can with just a kind word. Get more of what you want with a kind word, a gun, and a gun than you can with just a kind word. You can get more of what you want with a kind word, and a gun than you can with just a kind word. I don't know why I'm having such trouble with this. I keep hitting the wrong keys. Oh, I forgot to have the chatbot up. Okay. $175 words per minute. This website's broken, by the way. Notice how it wasn't 30 strokes, and it's saying that it's 30 strokes. When will I know? I'll add that to the dictionary and get my dictionary out. When will I know I'm ready? You won't. That's a leap of faith. When will I know I'm ready? You won't. It's a leap of faith. So, might I offer you some advice? Forget everything you think you know. Might I offer you some advice? Forget everything you think you know. This reversing the flow of time, doesn't us being here now mean it never happened? I think I have the settings all wrong for this. Yeah, it's at delayed. Okay, this will be faster now. I need to add ain't to my dictionary. He knew what he knew, that the real world was full of magic, so magical worlds could easily be real. Easily, ease, AEL. He knew what he knew. Dropping in to lurk where I work. Thank you. Hope work's going well. He knew. Oh, this gravels my mind. Ease, eel, be real. Everyone is here, but you're nowhere near. No, you're nowhere near. Okay, drink up. The world's about to end. The world's about. Oh my god. Typos galore. That's all these are. They're typos. Keep it in the wrong keys. Eh. Eh. Today's accomplishments. I don't know how to write accomplishment. Okay, accomplish is just a brief. PHRGS. Impossibility. MPAUBLT. That was difficult to do because big words. Oh, they of course didn't know me, but I knew them all right. I get to the word new and my brain slows down. My fingers slow down. And get water. Tastes vaguely of the iced tea I had earlier. Funnily, few things are harder to put up with than the annoyance of a good example. What? My spelling is wobbly. It's good spelling, but it wobbles. and the letters get in the wrong places. Okay, Winnie. If you loved someone, you loved him, and when you had nothing else, I should add that. Adding that. When you had nothing else to give, you still gave him love. My brain isn't braining right now. Man is the only creature who refuses to be what he is. Wonder what that means. I don't know how to write occupy. O-U-P. Okay. O-U-P. Things, events that occupy space yet come to an end when someone dies make us stop and wonder. What is going on with my hands? I don't ever want to feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. You can't get back. You can't get back what you've lost. What you do I not have this in here? Get back what you've lost. What's important now is what is it that you still have? Yeah. Yeah. if somebody else has it much worse, that doesn't really change the fact that you have what you have. If everybody minded their own business, the world would go around a great deal faster than it does. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. This is my forgetting dance. This is my remember dance. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. Ain't ain't true to yourself, then you ain't true to nobody. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. Whatever, yeah, it is better to be unhappy and know the worst than to be happy in a fool's paradise. Things, events that occupy space yet come to an end when someone dies makes us stop in wonder. Waits at the window wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. People's lives. PFS. When you hit rock bottom, you still have a way to go until the abyss. You are willing to die, you coward, but not to live. You can't use the fire exit because you're not made of fire. It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. They often wish that people would just once and for all work out where the hell they wanted to be. Live as if you drop dead in 10 seconds. Rummaging in our souls, we often dig up something that ought to have lain there unnoticed. It's kind of hard to ask a dead guy what he did wrong. Maybe you should just press the button. Everything that we did and built and wrote and thought and discovered will be forgotten. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. I have squandered my resistance for a pocket full of mumbles such are promises. Sometimes a hypocrite, is it not hypocrite? Hypocrite. It is hypocrite. I was doing it wrong. Sometimes a hypocrite is nothing more than a man in the process of changing. Faith always starts with desire. That means we want something to happen badly. I do not wish any reward but to know I have done the right thing. They say there is a person who will tell you how to survive in this land. Oh, wait, that's me. When will I know? I'm ready. You won't. It's a leap of faith. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. No matter what kind of past you had, don't lose sight. Don't lose sight of yourself. What? Weird. Weird quote. Pee pants. Lunchtime doubly. Sometimes when he brushed, he felt like he was scrubbing at the very crust of his soul. The nights always waiting, still and unseen. The harder you focus, the darker it seems. I wonder if soap comes from the natural process of evolution or if it was a gift from God. For one thing, time is the very thing that we are least willing to allow. In that cell, you found something that mattered more to you than life. We believe not in death but in life, and there is no object more valuable than a man's life. I can't stand the thought of looking at you someday, this face I love, and not knowing who you are. It does not do. Oh, damn it. No man can win every battle, but no man should fall without a struggle. Too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. You forget what you want to remember and you remember what you want to forget. I've seen what such feelings can do to a fully trained Jedi Knight, to the best of us. You're not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop. When you become untouchable, you are unable to touch. There's there's nothing in the world that breeds success like success. And brace for the glory as you stare into the sky. The mystery of human existence lies not in just staying alive, but in finding something to live for. I love you too, but I'm gonna mace you in the face. So long as men can breathe, or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. So many books, so little time. I think I'll move on to these drills. Let me move everything around. What if I put this? Nah, there's not enough space. Okay, I have no pad up. This is what I was doing earlier. You just erase all of it.
Hello, welcome to the drill portion of the 60 class. Today we're going to start out with some basic briefs that you probably have learned in theory, hopefully. And I'm going to go down a list of basic briefs from theory. If you don't know what it is, then go ahead and write it out, okay? Ready? Whether, continue, request, question, between, machine, accomplish, afternoon, remit, material, problem, program, become, became, event, eventually, perhaps, depth, width, length, strength, concern, observe, opposite, department, ordinary, superintendent, appreciate, appreciation, represent, representative. Okay, I have a drill for you, and it covers word families that start with C-O-M. I'm going to give you the word first before I give you the sentences. Ready?
Fix that so that there's 25 millisecond key delay press. And look up observe again. It might just be better to just write it like that. Observe. Oh, an afternoon. Got afternoon again. PPRAOP.
And a lot of these, you can do what's called a squeeze, like comment. You can squeeze that, K-O-M-T. Commend, you can squeeze that, K-M-E-N-D, commend. Committee, you can squeeze that, K-M-I-T, and then you just come back for long E or the A-E. Complete, a lot of people use the brief P-L long E-T for complete, pleat. Okay, all right, here we go, ready? Comment, communicate, commend, compare, committee, complete, compel, comfort, complement, complicate, competent, and combine. Here are your sentences. The judge made no comment. The comment was misunderstood. Will you communicate with your broker? We cannot communicate with the agent. We will commend him for a job well done. I commend you for your effort. The committee met on Friday. Is he on the planning committee? Did you complete your training? Where is the complete set of tools? You cannot compel him to answer. Can you compel him to testify? The man gave the girl a compliment. Did you compliment the waiter on the good service? Don't try to complicate matters. Please don't complicate the situation. Is the doctor competent? Is he competent to stand trial? He will compare the two items. Did you compare the prices for me? She enjoys the comfort of a warm fire. Did the mother comfort her daughter after the accident? How do you combine the two recipes? The court reporting school will combine all of your grades to compute a grade point average. Okay, I have a number drill for you. This focuses on dates. Okay, ready? I have copies of the 5 invoices. They are, this focuses on dates. Okay, ready? I have copies of the 5 invoices. They are dated January 13, February 21st, March 9th, April 30th, and May 16th. I believe the invoice dated January 13th is number 18540. The invoice dated February 21st is number 99501. The invoice dated March 9th is number 38954. The invoice dated April 30th is number 73668. And the final one, dated May 16, is number 47725. If Your Honor, please, I would like these invoices entered into evidence. Okay, I've got a common word drill. These are basic verbs, preparations, articles, pronouns, etc. Okay, here we go. Ready? Get, give, go, come, keep, let, make, put, seem, take, be, do, have, say, see, send, may, will, about, across, after, against, among, at, before, between, by, down, from, in, off, on, over, through, to, under, some, such, that, this, I, he, you, who, and, because, but, or, if, though, while, how, when, where, why, again, ever, far, forward, here, near, now, out, still, then, there, together, well, almost, enough, even, little. Okay, that concludes
Q&A.
Hello, welcome to the 60 Q&A practice. We're going to finish off the Q&A regarding the car accident. So remember your briefs that I gave you. You're going to hear vehicle, V long EK, skid mark, SKARK, roadway, ROI, after the accident, AEX, speed limit, SPLIMT, point of impact, POIKT, motorcycle, MOIK, ambulance, BLANS, and seatbelt, SBELT, S and then belt. The last one is before the accident. So before the accident is BEX. After the accident, AEX. Ready? This is going to be plaintiff. Here we go. Did you get out of your vehicle after the accident? Yes, sir. Did you notice any skid marks on the roadway? No. Nothing further. Mr. Sagan, cross-examination. Thank you. How fast? Nothing further. Mr. Sagan, cross-examination. Thank you. How fast?
Mister. How do I write Mister again? Why was it not coming up?
Nothing further. Mr. Sagan, cross-examination. Thank you. How fast were you going at the time of the impact? I would say about 35 or 40. What is the posted speed limit there? I want to say 50. Are you sure that is the speed limit? Pretty sure. Okay. What was the point of impact? Where on your vehicle did the motorcycle hit? On the back of my vehicle, near the left tail light. Were you wearing a seat belt before the accident? Yes. Okay. Did you call an ambulance? Yes, sir. As soon as I pulled over after the accident, I called an ambulance so they could check on the driver of the motorcycle. Okay, we're going to switch transcripts. This is going to be plaintiff attorney. Ready? Would you state your full name for the record, please? Lawrence Patrick Adams.
Aw, man, I forgot to write it. Oh.
Adams. Where are you presently employed? Okay, we're going to switch transcripts. This is going to be plaintiff attorney. Ready? Would you state your full name for the record, please? Lawrence Patrick Adams. Where are you presently employed? In the city of Chicago. In what capacity? Police officer assigned to the robbery division. For how long have you been so employed? 19 years. Were you ever employed with any other police department before the city of Chicago? With the city of Rockford? Did you receive your police training at the Illinois State Department? Ever employed with any other police department before the city of Chicago? With the city of Rockford? Did you receive your police training at the Illinois State Academy? Yes, I did. As part of that training, were you taught how to write and prepare reports for all types of situations? Robberies, traffic violations, murders, assault and battery. Robberies, traffic violations, murders, assault and battery, etc. Yes, that's correct. Would you tell me very briefly what is the specific purpose of writing a detailed robbery report? To document the occurrences of the robbery, what happened prior to and during the robbery, and after. For what purposes is that report written? For use at later dates as documentation for statistical purposes, follow-up investigations, apprehending suspects. So you take down statements, etc., to assist you in the investigation? That is correct. Were you called to the scene of this particular robbery? Yes, I was. How were you called to the scene? By radio call, a dispatcher. You were in a black and white vehicle, a marked police vehicle. Yes. Were you the only investigating officer? No, there was one other officer that assisted me. My partner, Kenneth Nash. Another unit arrived approximately 3 to 4 minutes after we did as a backup. Is that a common practice? After 3 to 4 minutes after we did as a backup. Is that a common practice? Yes, sir. Is it correct that one officer has primary responsibility for the investigation? Normally, yes. Who was that? That was myself, my partner, and I. What determines who is primary? The officer who receives the call. At this particular time, it was our area, and it was our assigned call. Then the other unit just happened to be coming by and saw the investigation going on? No, they also copied the radio call and pulled in to assist us, as it was an armed robbery. Do you have any memory today of what took place on that particular day? I remember the day very clearly, yes. Obviously, details like dates and times and names and things like that, you can only remember from the report? That is correct, yes.
I missed a lot. Again.
That concludes our Q&A practice. Hello, welcome to the drill portion of the 60 class. I'm going to start out with a basic drill, word drill, to get our fingers going, okay? Ready? Up, with, as, for, of, till, than, a, the, all, any, every, no, other, much, not, only, quite, so, very, tomorrow, yesterday, north, south, east, west, please, yes. Okay, I have a phrase review. I'm going to give you the phrases first and then the sentences, okay? Here we go. Ready? You're going to hear that is, that the, there is, there are, on the, we will, she will you, you will, you are you, up the. Here are your sentences. Ready? And actually, this is a paragraph. Here we go. She will be on the United flight that is due to arrive at 10 o'clock. We will arrive on the American Airlines flight at 7 o'clock. Are you planning to meet the planes?
That starts in 1 minute.
If you are, will you please be sure that the car is parked near the main gate? There are 4 suitcases, and there is also 1 large bag to pick up. You will save time if you pick up the bags first and then proceed to the flight deck. We will look forward to seeing you and your family and having a long and relaxing vacation with friends.
Okay, ad break starts now, so be right back. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, I have a number drill for you. These have to do with measurements. Okay, here we go. Ready? The boards were measured. Type A was 3 feet, 2 inches long. Type B was 6 feet, 4 inches long. Type C was 7 feet, 1 inch long. We then measured the steel pipes. 3 of them were 4 feet long with a diameter of 2.5 inches. 4 pipes were 5 feet long with a diameter of 13.1/4 inches. 5 of the pipes were 12 feet long with a diameter of 3.1/8 inches. In our order, we requested that all the boards be at least 3 feet 2 inches in length, and that the pipes be at least 4 feet 2 inches long with a diameter of 2.5 inches or more. Okay. I have some briefs in sentences. You're going to hear the word accept, which is written X-E-P-T, accept. Exception, X-E-P-G-S. Neighbor is N-long-A-B, nabe. Neighborhood, N-long-A-B-D. Little is L-I-L. And absolute is S-L-long-U-T, salute. Okay, all right, here we go. Ready? The house was an absolute mess. What is an absolute number? They had absolute proof of the crime. Are you absolutely sure about that? He was absolutely in favor of the move. Ken concluded that it was absolutely true. Politics does not deal in absolutes. Death is one of the absolutes in life. The papers are all here except that one. Everyone has left except Marilyn. The houses are well kept except that one. The sales tax law accepts food purchases. The cost of the tour accepts children. The parking law accepts the handicapped. The law accepted seeing eye dogs. The admission price accepted children. The new rule accepted seniors. Is the school accepting the alumni? The rule accepting them or is accepting them from the tax. We are accepting out of date tickets. He took exception to everything I said. They did not make an exception for me. Will you make just one exception? The exception would fill volumes. The record was full of exceptions. The law had far too many exceptions. She has exceptional talent. David showed exceptional skill. That paper was really exceptional. He is doing exceptionally well. I am exceptionally tired tonight. That man is our next door neighbor. My neighbor borrowed the lawn mower. I really don't know my neighbor. Our neighbors have 2 big dogs. Mr. and Mrs. Jones are our neighbors. We just moved into the neighborhood. We are planning a neighborhood party. She lives in a pleasant neighborhood. That section is in a neighboring area. She was more than a little surprised. The little boy played with the train. Mary brought the little dog home. Okay, that concludes our drill portion of the 60 class. Have a great day.
Let's go to the Q&A.
Hello, welcome to the 60 Q&A practice. We're going to start out with plaintiff attorney. Ready?
Plaintiff attorney, go.
Did anyone pursue the suspect that fled on foot? Yes, my partner did. Ken Nash. Okay, now what is it about the incident itself which stands out in your memory independently of the report? We arrived as 2 suspects were exiting the LaSalle Street entrance of the Buy More supermarket. We ordered them to halt. One suspect immediately fell to the ground and surrendered. The other suspect fled on foot. And that is the one that Kenneth Nash followed? Yes. What happened next? I read the suspect who had surrendered his rights, frisked him, handcuffed and placed him in the police vehicle. In that order? Yes, I believe so. Where were the officers from the other police unit? What were they doing? One was assisting me, and the other officer went into the Buy More supermarket to survey the situation. When did your partner return to the scene of the robbery? About 5 minutes after the chase ensued. Was he able to apprehend the suspect? No. Okay, I'm going to switch transcripts. This is, again, going to be plaintiff attorney questioning. Ready? Mrs. Perry, do you have a steady position at the Club Rio? Yes, I do. Were you employed as a go-go dancer or as a waitress? As a waitress. On the evening of August 24, were you dancing as part of the floor show? Yes, I was. Was this part of the contract which you originally agreed upon when you initially were employed by the Club Rio? No, I was to work as a waitress. Then you never signed any contract or agreement to work as a dancer? No. Did you consume any alcoholic beverages on the night of August 24 while you were working as a waitress? Yes. Is this normal to have a few drinks while working in this capacity? No, it isn't. Would you explain why you decided to have a few drinks this particular night? I only drank because a few friends had dropped in. Nothing further. Now we're going to switch transcripts, and I'm going to, let's see, it's going to start off with the court. Ready? What kind of car do you use, Miss Higgins? I drive a Cadillac. That is when it is not in the garage being repaired. Is your own car the Cadillac easy for you to drive? Yes, sir. Is it a very heavy car? Oh, yes. It is the largest model produced. Now then, Miss Higgins, what type or model of car did the garage give you to drive while yours was being repaired? It was one of those very small cars. I can't recall the name, but it did have a stick shift. Was it a Volkswagen? Yes, sir. I believe it was. I object. Counsel's questions do not appear to be relevant in this case. I believe I understand the basis for the line of questioning by counsel. Objection overruled. Have you ever had the opportunity to drive a small car such as the Volkswagen prior to this time? No, I have not. Okay, going to switch transcripts.
Volkswagen. How do you write that?
Go. Ready? Please state your full name. Jane Ellen Drew. Where do you live? 109 East Avalon Boulevard, San Diego. Where were you on the night of February 17 of this year? At home. Did you see or hear anything unusual that evening? I certainly did. Will you tell us about it? Yes, as I say, I was at home. I'm a widow lady, you know, and live alone in this little place. It's nice, mind you, but nothing fancy, not like some people I know who live like they are queens or something. Okay, that concludes our Q&A practice for this. Hello, welcome to the drill portion of the 60 class. Today I'm going to start out with a basic noun word drill. Okay, ready? Account, act, addition, adjustment, advertisement, agreement, air, amount, amusement, animal, answer, apparatus, approval, committee, company, comparison, completion, competition, condition, control, cook, copper, copy, cork, cough, education, effect, end, error, event, example, exchange, existence, expansion, experience, expert, fact, fall, humor, ice, idea, impulse, increase, industry, ink, insect, instrument, insurance, interest, invention, and iron. Okay, my next drill for you is a basic phrase review. I'm going to give you the phrases first and then the sentences or the paragraph. Ready? Can I? Did I? If I? Some of the? Were the? When I?
This is supposed to be a
paragraph. Ready? I'm going to give you the phrases first and then the sentences or the paragraph. Ready? Can I? Did I? If I? Some of the? Were the? When I? To you. Here's your paragraph. Ready? Did I remind you that Friday, March 29, here's your paragraph. Ready?
have it.
Did I remind you that Friday, March 29?
Did I remind is a whole phrase. It's a whole phrase. So more than did I, how about did I RPLD?
Is the last day. March, remind you that Friday, March 29, is the last day to file your application for admission. Can I be of any assistance to you in some of the areas that you might find confusing? On our website, everything is explained in detail.
Lane.
When I sent you your admission packet, were the catalog and test information also enclosed? If I did not enclose those items with your application, please let me know. I will send them to you immediately. Okay. I have another drill for you. This focuses on words that have ing endings. I will give you your words first. Ready? Suing, arresting, helping, saying, writing, testifying, calling, telling, losing, failing, driving, buying. Okay, and here are your sentences. Jake is suing the company for damages. He is suing his wife for divorce. The arresting officer is present. He was in the process of arresting a suspect. Are you helping at the Friday night potluck? Stacy is helping to serve. After testifying, he left the courtroom. Are you testifying on Tuesday? Was he riding his bike? He was riding his motorcycle. They are saying he is guilty. Are you saying he is out of town? We have been calling her every day. They will be calling Mrs. Smith to testify. Was Sam telling the truth? I'm telling you the truth. He is losing the election. She is losing weight. Are you failing history? I am not failing any of my classes. Was Tom driving the car? My family is driving to the East Coast in August. He is buying a new car on Wednesday. Are you buying a house in the city or a house in the suburbs? Okay, I have some basic briefs that you've learned in theory. Okay, I'm just going to go down the column and give you the basic briefs. Ready? Territory.
This is so cool to watch. Still looking around because work, but I'm finding it fascinating every time I check in. I am so happy that you think it's cool because I think it's so cool too. I'm always telling people stenography is really cool. She's about to hit me with a bunch of briefs. I don't know. I've tried this drill before, and I'm really rough with it. She's about to hit me with a bunch of briefs that I simply don't know. Territory. I'm just going to look them up.
Member.
He said territory and member. It's all the practice and you got this? Yeah, it is all practice. It's just practice, 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 practice. That's why I keep repeating the same drills over and over and over again because I am still dropping words, which is when the person is further along than you, then you're you keep a bunch of words in your head when you're doing steno. You're sometimes a few seconds behind the speaker, and uh, and you end up having to drop the words from your head and just continue with what they're saying presently. So I keep dropping words. It's just part of the learning process. You have to drop words first, and then eventually you'll get to the point where you're speeding along and you're even like getting ahead of the speaker by accident. You don't want to do that, but it's an accident.
Memorandum.
Member. Member is Meb. That's Meg. Meb. It's a really impressive skill to juggle so much. Look at that whole last paragraph you did. So good. There's a few issues with the paragraph. Like damages is damn as in damn it. Because I forgot that the first version is damn, and then the second one is damn as in like a beaver dam. You have to put a little you have to hit the asterisk in the middle of the keyboard to get the second one. I did drop an entire sentence, but other than that, the first time I did this, it was really bad. So I'm happy with it. Memorandum, she said. Why would I need that to be a brief? I can just write it out.
Memoranda.
Memoranda. Memoranda. Whoops. It keeps correcting to something that doesn't exist, which is a merman. There, memoranda. It's just I just ran into a little issue there, a little hiccup.
Influence.
Influence is not in here, so I have to build it.
Influential.
Influential. I don't know how to write this. Oh, I wrote it. Influential. How did I do that? I did it so fast. I don't know. I don't know how I did that. Influential. Chol? Influential. Oh, I did it. Oh, that takes a long while though.
Only.
Only is easy.
Responsible.
Responsible.
Respond. Response. Responsibility. Further. Anxious. Behind. beyond,
anxious. It up. Anxious. Okay, it's anxious.
behind, beyond,
Buying. Behind. That's blind. Behind.
beyond, behind, beyond, begin, began, begun. And then we have just gun,
Gun.
agent,
Agent.
agency,
Agency.
America,
Let's look at agency. A E P B L G S.
agency, America, American, boulevard, authorize, authorization, authority,
Thrice. It's thrice. Rise. That's easy to write. Authorization. Authorization.
area.
Area.
Now, if you didn't know, if you had trouble with any of those, then make sure you go back and practice those, okay? You should have learned those in theory. And
okay, my textbook is so close. Yeah, so far away. I paid like $100 for these textbooks, and I don't even use them. One day I will again. I used to go through the textbooks and actually write out everything. I dropped stuff. Okay, I dropped stuff. I'm just gonna go to like random pages and just read it. I never use these. The meddlesome man was particularly lonesome, so he called a winsome woman on his cellular phone. It then emerged that in order to make the call memorable, he embellished his charms, magnifying his strengths and glorifying his looks. After this glowing report, she went to meet him in person at the Emerald Embers Bar at 902 State Street, hoping for a pleasurable evening. Immersed in the modernism of the place, she was in particular embarrassed by his undignified actions and found his personal mannerisms mortifying. For the record, she'll never go back to that establishment. That was a weird paragraph I just read. Yeah, I definitely should go through this textbook again. I'm not sure where I left off. Textbook 2. Let's try the Q&A.
Hello, welcome to the 60 Q&A practice. We're going to start out with the court, and then plaintiff attorney will be questioning.
Okay.
Ready?
The court.
Please try to tell us what happened that night. Did you hear something strange? Yes, it was them 3 boys banging around and talking real loud in the old man's house. The house directly behind yours? Yes. when you heard the voices coming from the house, what did you do? I peeked out the window to try and see them. Now we're going to switch over to defense attorney questioning. Ready? Where do you live, Mrs. Chapman? I live at 215 Wildwood Drive. Is that located inside the city limits? No, it is in the suburbs. Do you own your own automobile? Yes. Do you frequently drive from the suburbs into the city? About once a week, yes. I do my weekly shopping at that time. Then you are familiar with dense city traffic? I object to counsel's line of questioning. It has already been established that Mrs. Chapman, at the time of the accident, had in her possession a legal driver's license for this state. She has apparently passed the examination for such a license and is qualified to drive in traffic. The point is well taken, Mr. Perry. Objection sustained. All right. Would you classify yourself as an average driver or an above average driver? I would say that I was an average driver.
Wow, that sucked.
Okay, now we're going to switch over to plaintiff attorney. Ready? What did you see at that time? The boys were going through the old man's chest of drawers. Then they did not see you standing in front of the house? No, I was going to yell at them to stop it, but they was kind of big and I was scared. What else did you see? Well, after they dumped a lot of things out of the drawers and couldn't find anything, and then they let Kiki out of his cage. Kiki? The parakeet. He began to fly around the room, and they started jumping and hitting at him. Poor little fellow. He didn't know what to do, and they had him all scared and everything. Then they grabbed him and just squeezed and squeezed until he couldn't breathe no more. He died.
What?
It was murder. That's what it was. Just plain murder. Them boys ought to go to the gas chamber just like any other murder.
What the fuck?
Okay, we're going to stop there.
Oh, we're gonna stop there, huh?
Transcripts.
It's changed transcripts. I need a second. I need a second. What the fuck happened? The parakeeto. I can't write parakeet. What the fuck is parakeet? Parkeet. Why? Why is it parkeet? Do they pronounce it like that in Cleveland, Ohio? Wait, where's this? Not Ohio. Wait, let me check. Where's this license from? What's the copyright? Illinois. Do they pronounce it as parakeet in Illinois? I can't believe she did this to me. That was murder. Them boys just straight up murdered a bird. How sad. And then she had to witness it. And then she has to go and testify about it too.
This is going to start out with plaintiff attorney. Ready? Ms. Chatsworth, in the course of your employment as the manager of the clothing department at the Macy's, do you approve the charging of credit cards at the store? Cards that are brought to my attention by the cashiers that are either lacking in identification, or if
Identification? How do I write that?
they have some questions about them at all, then they call me for an approval. Okay, I am handling or handing you now what has been marked People's number 3 for identification, and I ask you to examine this particular card. Do you recognize anything about this particular card? Yes, originally I didn't take the card. My assistant took it. She called me up on the inner store line for approval. Your Honor, I am going to object to anything the assistant manager said. All right. Non-responsive. All right. Did you have occasion to see the card in your store? Yes, I did see the card. What were the circumstances under which you saw the card? I was called to the checkout station number 49 for approval of the card, and I did approve it with 2 identifications. The approvals are on the paperwork in the computer. Here they are: a Wisconsin driver's license and a signature. And are your initials indicated anywhere on there? Yes, on the front, in the right-hand corner. That concludes our Q&A practice for the 60 class. Have a great day.
I think that's a good place to leave off. Thanks for sticking around. I'll be back later at 4 p.m. Eastern to play more Persona 3 Reload, and then tomorrow is more stenography practice. I'm definitely going back to this one, and I'm definitely going to try it again, because I need to. And then I'm going to try the test. The test is always interesting because it's like a 50-50 chance it'll be really difficult or like super easy. I'm gonna take a screenshot of what I did and show people my shame. Okay. Who am I rating? Am I rating someone? Nah. Okay, goodbye. See y'all later for Persona 3 Reload. We're gonna finish the game, I think, today. That's gonna be fun. Bye-bye.